This is Mitchell or Deity, and I am going to be making an artifact tier list for the selectors. So with this is going to be for people who are going to be following my guide. That's how my other tier lists are too. So if you're watching those tier lists, I rank the characters as to where we would be using them or utilizing them as you're playing through the game along with me. This is going to be the same scenario. So my tier list will probably vastly different from some of the other creators' tier lists. Just know that if you're ever curious, you can watch multiple people's tier list. But it's my overall, it's still the general tier list of the artifacts. So I'm going to be doing what is an S tier, what is an A tier, B tier, C tier. So C tier is basically the ones that don't have a use. And then we are going to be doing limited RD that, wait, let me delete this part. Limited RDs that you cannot pull. We have the general artifacts to watch for. So this top 5 is going to be the tier list. The bottom is going to be 4-star and 3-star artifacts. So those of you that are new players, I want you to be able to clean up your inventory and get rid of artifacts that you do not need. That's something that a lot of people struggle with. They don't know what artifacts to keep, what to sell. I will go ahead and make a quick thing you can look at, and that way you can always sell your artifacts to make inventory to summon more artifacts, because we have a lot of free summons coming up. So I did go and I did full picture. I'm sorry I didn't do this for the other tier list. If anything, I might need to like remake some kind of style of tier list where I show the characters and show the names. I did see that as some of you guys' request or advice that I should do that. So we're going to do it and see how it goes. The bad thing is it's going to make the tier list way bigger. So you're going to have to, at the end of the video, I'm going to scroll down. You're going to have to look at the tier list from there. So if you want to see the in version of the tier list and my overall final thoughts, it will be at the end of the video. But I will explain the artifacts as we're going through them. So I'm going to first off go and grab some of the limited artifacts and throw them in here. So limited artifacts you cannot pull. So I'm also going to put, there are artifacts you get from your guild. I'm going to put the artifacts you get from your guild into the limited arty cannot pull. Okay. A lot of these artifacts are good. Like this is a good artifact, but you can't get them from the selector tickets. So let's just put them outside of there. I will go over all the guild artifacts in my guide series, and pretty much any questions you have should be done in my guide series. If you guys ever have extra questions, comment them on my videos. I do look at comments. Sometimes I regret looking at comments, but as long as you are constructive, I mean, I don't do everything perfect. I'm a human being, so maybe you disagree with some of my takes. It's fine. I don't care. Everyone's going to play this game differently. So, but at least be constructive. And if you make a good point, that's a good point. I'll favorite your comment so other people can see it. And I like it. Getting some feedback. So now, Little Queen's Huge Crown. This artifact is okay. Abyssal Crown, I would not get, but it's a very solid artifact. Alabastron doesn't really have a use outside of PVE or Elvira. So I don't know where I'll put Alabastron. The thing is, as I'm going through this, at the final part of it, I'm going to drag some of these artifacts up and down. The artifact tier list is very hard to make, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. Artifact tier list is very hard to make because artifacts, every character can use multiple artifacts. That's why it's so challenging. There are certain characters with best in slot artifacts, and those are the ones that will be S tier to grab. So, but there's things I won't think of. All I can say is there's probably going to be things I don't think of. Nox's Wrath is pretty good. Alexa's Basket is really good. An offer you can't refuse. I don't think there's any use case for it. Dragon, Smart Legacy, I don't think it's great. Anti-Magic Mask is limited. This is limited. This is limited. Bastion or Pelusha, very good artifact. Beguiling Wings, I think you can only use on Elvira. It's okay. Benimaru's Tachi is limited. Bird's Eye View is actually pretty good for in-game players. But other than that, it's a weird artifact, but it's really good for in-game players. There's a lot of use cases for it right now if you have crazy gear. But this is not an artifact you will probably be looking for. Black Hand of the Goddess, it's not bad. Rick, what's up, Rick? Someone knows why I haven't got 23 free summons and stuff. I'm new to the game. That was just something that was available yesterday. That's why we were rolling yesterday. Bastion is not limited. Okay, we already talked about that. Some of these artifacts are guild art. Okay, I hate you so much. All right, you happy? You happy, Captain? Huh? Oh yeah, there you go. You get 4,500 guild artifacts. You happy? All right, Bloodstone, pretty solid. That's a pretty good artifact overall for some PV stuff. Bloody Rose, usable, it's good. Border Coin. Is Border Coin really usable at all anymore? What would you use Border Coin on besides for PvE? I mean, it might be an okay artifact, but I don't know if I want to bump it. Broken Will of the Priest. This is again, what would you use that on? Celestine, really good. Champ Trophy limited. Chatty. Guild artifacts. Guild and free obtainable artifacts. Does that work? Circus Fantasia. Not really have any use case. Cradle of Life. Not great. It has some PVE use cases, right? It's okay. Creation and Destruction. Creation and Destruction is just a meme artifact. Crimson Moon of the Nightmares. It's mostly a meme artifact. It's okay, but it's not consistent. I don't think I'd put it up there. Crown of Glory is good. Cruel Mischief goes in the free artifact. Dark Blood Keeper. Janua's artifact, what is it good on right now? It's good on... It gives barrier. You can cook with it because of Gala Lilius and things like that. Do you get a get started account? No, I rerolled for 11 hours last night and got literally nothing. Dignosorb. Dignosorb, I wouldn't say is really... It doesn't have any use. Even in... I mean, Vivian on it's fine, but... Okay, so the artifacts that don't have any use, they're down here. That means they can maybe be used on one character. Which, honestly, Beguiling Wings also belongs down there. I used Beguiling Wings on not Elvira for a while, though. But Chancer, thanks for follow. Wolas, thank you. Doctor's Bag is pretty good. Bunny Dom, Doctor's Bag. Double-Edged Crescent is very good. Draco Plate, another limited artifact. Durandal. Durandal's good. Dux Noctis. Dux Noctis, maybe okay. Another limited artifact. Our first S tier artifact, Elber's Ritual Sword. Very good. If you need 1 billion of those. Elegiac Candle, very good. Atticus Scepter, PVE, but you need 5 of them, okay? You need 5 or 6. I think you need to pull 6 of them because you want to max Atticus. So that's kind of tough. Then we have limited. We have limited. Okay, so 2 more limiteds. Flawless Garments is limited. Line Dark, limited. Glow Wings, boys. What is Glow Wings going on? ML Poly, that's it. Cum Goblet. So this is Goblet of Oath, Cum Goblet artifact. It's good on Peyra. Is it good on anybody else? Golden Rose, though, good. It's pretty good. Honestly, Golden Rose is kind of overhyped at this point, but on Lionheart Sarmia, with her maybe making a slight return, could be okay. Now we have a limited artifact there. That Holy Sack is a tough position artifact, really good, but it's another artifact that for it to be properly usable you need 6 of them. Isn't Golden Rose S? I would say Golden Rose is A. Sigurd Scythe is S. Golden Rose is limited? No, it's Abigail's already. Hostess of the Banquet, limited. Idol's Cheer, it's good. Ignition Cloth, limited. Oh my gosh, there's so many artifacts. Indestructible Gators. I don't think that has a use case. Cum Goblet has Peyra. I mean, you can use Cum Goblet on Peyra. Iron Fan. Guys, this artifact got buffed. What does it even do at this point? Bubble Maker, limited. Free. Sure, some guys. Oh my gosh, almost every artifact is limited. Biblis is limited. Oh my gosh, every artifact is limited. Rare Solitude, limited. Pipette Lance, limited. Proof of Valor. Do we even have any artifacts in Epic 7? Fire Punch, limited. That's crazy. Alright, Iron Fan, what to do about... Yo, Anton Greg, thank you for using your Twitch Prime sub. Boys, we're setting the Twitch record for Twitch Prime subs this month. We're gonna do it. Just 1 day past. I know. But what does... Guys, Iron Fan, does it have any use case? I wonder if tomorrow we will have rerolls. We'll see. I'm gonna have an account sitting and waiting, and I'm gonna have the account I've already made. I'm gonna have 2 accounts ready to go right at patch. So we'll check if there's any rerolls. I'll go through the beginning and show people how to reroll, and then I'll switch over to the other account for the guide and add both of them. Justice for All, not very good. Guys, I don't know what Iron Fan does because it got buffed recently. Is it potentially usable for PvE? Because like some of these artifacts like these, they're potentially usable. It's hard to put these artifacts in the same tier down here. But I don't know what Iron Fan does. Obviously, it's not something great. I'm just gonna put these down here. Briggs artifact, there's just every knight artifact is better. Knowledge Seed, guys, is a full meme artifact. Last tea time, again, full meme. Manica of Control, it's okay. Merciless Glutton's okay, it's a damage already. Noble Oath is okay, there's better knight artifacts. All right, so RNL is just good. I'm not putting RNL in S. Overworld Machinery is a free artifact, I do believe. Pure White Trust, no. Rise of the Monarch. What's Rise of the Monarch? Is it okay? Oops. All right, this is where the tier list starts getting hard because I have to drag so far. Rod of Amaryllis, very good. Ryu Jingu Bang, really good. Pure White Trust is just bad, yeah. Don't really have a use. But Rise of the Monarch would be more this because you could technically use it. Sacred Tree Branch I use on ML Sharoon. It gives effectiveness. It's not bad. It gives CR push. Star Parabreeds, probably use that on multiple characters. Abigail could potentially use it. Ayo, what's up, Javon? Thank you for resubbing as well.
Subscribed for 9 months. Well, hello there.
How are you doing today? Scroll of the Shadow. I don't think Scroll of the Shadow is ever worth using, personally. Seal the Capture, is Seal the Capture the free one? Isn't this one free? I'm pretty sure it's free. Scroll of Your Mom, thank you. I think it's free. Secret Art Swordstorm is going at the top, because if you have Celine, that's best in slot already. Okay? That is one that goes in the top for sure. Alright, back down to limiteds. Shepherd of the Hollow. Shepherd of the Hollow is kind of nice, dude. I don't know if it'll go all the way at the top. Shamaja Staff is probably going to go here. Sigurd Scythe is definitely going at the top. Shepherd is a questionable one. Snow Crystal. Snow Crystal is okay. I mean, it'll go in good. Soul Constellation. Song of Stars. Song of Stars maybe goes at the top just because it's super nice to have. All right, then we got Soul Constellation. Spatial Eternal Fan is okay. Spirit Purification is not great, but I would say it's usable. I'd say A for Shepherd. Yeah, like I said, we're probably going to move it down. It's not quite the same tier as the other ones. Spirit Purification, I mean, it's probably... Spatial Eternal Fan's usable, so is Spear. I feel like they're better than all these still. I think that one's fine. Spear of New Dawn is a Senya exclusive. I guess you could count that as good. You can kind of cook with it on a few other characters. Sphere of the Inferno, I don't think that's very good on anybody, is it? Who would Sphere of the Inferno be used on? And Sphere of Sadism, PVE artifact, it's okay. Spirit's Breath, decent. All right, now we got a couple more limited artifacts here real quick. Stella Harpa, I'd say Stella Harpa is just in good. Stella Harpa is good. There's nothing wrong with it. Sword of Autumn Eclipse. I don't think you're ever going to use that on somebody. If you're a new player and don't have other options, it's usable. Sweet Miracle goes in limited. Sword of Cycling Season goes in free artifacts. Sword of Azera, guild or free artifacts. Sword of Judgment, not very great. That goes in just the don't really have a use. I'm not saying they're bad. Sword of Summer Twilight's very good. Sword of Winter Shadow just goes in regular good. The Armament, that's another one. Time Matter, it's fine. Torn Sleeve, Touch of Rekos. Touch of Rekos is good. It's usable. Twilight Calamity goes down here. Uberius Tooth is... All the good Uberius Tooth characters are gone, honestly. They're all like out of the meta. Tyrant's Descent, it's okay. I don't know what you use it on without it being maxed. Uberius is mid-A. You think it should be A? I'll put it there. I mean, it's fair. Umbral Keystones. Guys, is Umbral Keystones? No, that's like unusable. Unfading Memories, limited. Unseen Observer. Unseen Observer. It gives souls you could use on Emopalitos and things like that, but no one does. But it could technically be used if you don't have any other options. Not the worst thing ever. Okay, so now limited already cannot pull. Look at how many... Most of our artifacts are limited, dude. Deanne's artifact's limited, right? Oh my god. They're all limited. Wow. That's crazy. All right, Violet Talisman. Violet Talisman doesn't really have a use. You can put it in good, maybe. What did you say for Violet Talisman? That one's hard. I'm gonna take Shepherd and put it down. Okay. Wait, is that all the 5-star artifacts? Dude, what is going on here? Is this the list? If any, I mean, do we need Celestine up there or Rod? Which one's better, Celestine or Rod? I think this is my list. Windrider S. Where's Windrider? I don't even see Windrider. Oh, Windrider. Yeah, that's us. That's it. Okay, that's obviously us. Wings of Light and Shadow. It's usable. It gives a lot of stat. And then all these four. Okay, that's it. And then we'll do. All right, so then we're going to do a list down to the bottom. But what do you guys think overall? I mean, all that really matters is the top of this tier list. Riders S. Oh, Windrider's easily S. Okay, what do you guys think? Elegia Candle is more in-game, super good use right now. Bird's Eye View, again, it's the same thing. All the other artifacts are okay. This, again, Whale artifact, hard to get. I mean, Newberries and Tooth and this are both the same. Golden Rose. Golden Rose, I don't think I'd put it S. I don't use Golden Rose on like anybody because Sigurd size is just better. Where's RNL? At the top here. At the top of A. RNL is a gamble artifact. I don't think you're going to get as much value out of that as you would any of the top ones. It's still not a bad artifact. Most of these artifacts were useless, yeah. I just can't believe how many limited artifacts are in the game. I don't know if I've ever done an artifact tier list. This is like the first one I've ever done. I've never had to drag this many artifacts into a tier. RNL shouldn't be ahead of Rose because Gamba. True. I'm not going to change it though. I think that's good. Probably move limited to bottom of the list. Well, I'm doing two separate things. They're basically limited or at the, guild and free artifacts and limited. They're two different tiers, but they are the bottom of the list. This is just an extra thing in the video for people. So it'll be an extra resource that I'm going to do right before the end. Okay. So I think this is good though. I think these are the main artifacts you should take from the selector, depending on who you have. If you have a Selene, you want Secret Art Swordstorm. You probably want some Elbrises, no matter what your account is. Sigurd's Scythe, depending on do you have characters that could use Sigurd's Scythe. This is hard for any new player because you don't know what character uses what artifact. So you're going to have to ask what character they plan on getting, what artifact do they use. And these are the main ones. So Windrider is going to be for Genua. You have Sigurd Scythe, which is going to be for, you can use on Fire Ravi. You could use it on a lot of limited. So like I use Sigurd Scythe Edward. Lone Crescent Bologna uses it. Why Song of Stars up in S? I don't know if I should put Song of Stars in S or at the top of A. It's just a really good PvE artifact. All three of these are just the best. So these are the PvP artifacts. These are the PvE artifacts. Okay, because you don't use Celestine Rod or anything like that in PvE. So that's, I think Crown is S2. You think it goes, Crown Poly is really nice. I would say it goes high. This would be the end of the PvP, but I want to put some PvE and some PvP. I'm trying to look at the game that people are going to play this game for PvE. Crazy to me that they're going to do it, but I'm trying to keep that in mind that some people will play this game purely for PvE. Celestine on Blood Moon Haste, that is true. That is one use case for it. Celestine can go on Blood Moon Haste, but you would not put Celestine on any other. Any counter Soul Weaver, I guess, could go there. Yeah. Then Bloodstone should be S. Bloodstone, do you need Bloodstone? Bloodstone's nowhere, it's good, but Bloodstone's nowhere near as good as these three artifacts. You think put Bloodstone in S2? I don't think so personally, but the chat is one. Bloodstone's a banger, is it? It's okay, I do use it. I think I have 2 plus 30 Bloodstones, and I did use it for like clearing 1 or 2 things. I think Bloodstone's high A, but for PvE, yes, sure. Sure, you can have it. We'll put it up there. Bloodstone is not AS. Bloodstone is not an AS. I'm keeping it bottom S, high A. Okay, that's what we'll say. This is you guys' fault. High A. I think it's high A. I'm putting it high A. You know what? I'll stick to my guns. It's going high A after the first 3 here. Okay. High A is fine. As I need to make a differentiator between the best PvE artifacts and the really good ones still. Like all of A artifacts are great. All right, but is there anything you would move up in the good category? So real quick, anything you'd move up in good category? Imagine listening non-subs, true. It's low-key worse than Golden Rose. Debatable. What do you use Golden Rose on? Lionheart Sermian. Lionheart Sermian has been out of the meta. She's getting buffed. That's the only reason I'm putting it higher. I don't use Golden Rose on anything. You think Doctor's Bag could be moved up to A? I could see that. Doctor's Bag Bunny Dom is super good. Okay. Wukong maybe? Wukong is already in A. I think Wukong already is fantastic. Etika Scepter. The problem with Etika Scepter is it's whale. I think Double-Edged Crescent could go A. I think there's multiple use cases for that. Personally. None of those. These are good artifacts. Durandal is kind of busting slot on Dark Corvus and a few characters. Idol's Cheer isn't bad either. What do you think? Idol's Cheer could maybe go up too then. Etika Scepter, dude, you need 6 Etika Scepters. Do you really want to put Etika Scepter up there? Sure. I mean, you need 6 of them. And at that point, we'd put Durandal up there. I don't know what the Dark Blood Oathkeeper does for your teams. Galileu's could use it. Maybe ML Celine could use it. Other than that, I don't know. Why would Etika Scepter go up here, though? Realistically, for Moonlight Luna, is there a tier below for Dux Noctis? Hey, I use Dux Noctis for farming PvE with Commander Pavel. I think Dux Noctis is fine for certain use cases. I don't think any of these other artifacts deserve to go higher. I mean, these are good artifacts, but they're just below these ones. But the thing is, if Etika Scepter goes up there, the thing is, so does Spirit's Breath. That's the hard part. Spirit's Breath, max Spirit's Breath creates opportunities to do a lot of cool PvE stuff. All right, do you guys agree on this? Any changes? Last thoughts. Is there a dust tier list? I'm doing that at the end. I'm gonna tell everyone to keep a copy of every 5-star artifact, no matter what, because they get buffed. Most SW artists should be A solely because DDR is restarted. Well, most of the artifacts are limited. Okay, most of the best artifacts for Soul Weavers are limited now. So this is the Selector tier list. Remember, this is the kind of things that you will get from the Selector. Why Celine RDS? Because it makes Celine the god character. If you don't have it, Celine is now average character. That is why Secret Art Swordstorm, if you don't have it, get it if you have Celine. I mean, Celine goes from being okay character to insane character because of one artifact. What exactly is the difference between Shepherd of the Hollow and Double-Edged Crescent? Shepherd of the Hollow does more damage. Double-Edged Crescent is just counterattacking. It's even not, yeah, it's okay in other characters too, but whenever you have the chance to get an artifact that turns a character, like Wind Rider, these are all artifacts that, imagine the character that holds them. So, okay, so imagine an ML Landy without Elbrus. It's not the same character. Imagine a Secret Art Swordstorm or a Celine without that. Imagine a ML Kin without Sigurd Scythe. Imagine a Janua without Wind Rider, or what's another Wind Rider character? Just imagine the difference. Say you didn't have an artifact on them compared to one of these. That character becomes Crackhead. Imagine a Haste not on Celestine. It's going to be Idle Sheer Haste. And Sid, yeah, imagine a Sid without Wind Rider. It'll be Alexa's Basket. And then you're gambling. So, Aureus S. Okay, this is a Selector artifact tier list. Big dog. You cannot pick a 4-star artifact from a 5-star Selector ticket. Okay, this is the 5-star artifact Selector tier list. I added that for you. Okay, this is the list. Okay, guys, this will be the list for the artifacts. You will have all of these are the top. These are like game-changing artifacts for characters, and then you have Song of Stars and Rod of Amaryllis, which are just good in PvE. I would say they're the best PvE artifacts. So grab those if you want to clear PvE. Rod of Amaryllis. So for Soul Weaver, Song of Stars is for, say, Furious. For Wyvern is for Rangers. Very good. Both of them. Next, we have Alexa's Basket, super strong on characters like Arbiter Vilgin. Rihanna Lucille, it's just an RNG artifact, but if it procs, you're winning games, okay? Shepherd of the Hollow, extra damage on, say, Aiden, which is a character you get after Chapter 4. These are all solid artifacts. I would not say anything bad about them. They all have use cases that are really good. Bird's Eye View is questionable because there's not a ton of use cases, but I think it's a still super solid artifact for even an average player. Whales can take advantage of it, or people who have insane accounts can take advantage of it. Same with Elegiac Candlestick or Elegiac Candle. Very good. So next up, Holy Sack is in here, but you need a max Holy Sack to see the full viability of it, which sucks. So that means you have to imprint it with multiple artifacts, or limit break it is what it's called in Epic 7. So you need 5 other Holy Sacks to have a 100% chance to revive. It's an artifact that if you die, you revive with some health and shield for any tank you can put it on. Sounds broken, but it's a hard artifact to get maxed out. Next up, we have our good artifacts. These artifacts are all good in respective locations. Duck Noctis I use to farm PvE for fast clearing story. with Commander Pavel. But all of these, you could use them on somebody if you really wanted to. They either give some stats, they give some debuffs for PVE, or they give some, well, extra stats. I was going to say stats or stats. They're all okay. None of them are crazy. I wouldn't say any of them are game breaking. Cell Harpist, really good. Certain characters do take advantage of these really well. Sacred Tree Brands for ML Sharoon. I love that personally. It's for higher player momentum ML Sharoon. Next up, we don't really have any use. All these artifacts here, there are some meme builds you can do. You can build Spectre Tenebrion Crimson. You can build Fire Tenebrion Crimson. Knowledge Seed you can put on Angel Light Angelica. There's some weird stuff you can do. Glow Wings you put on ML Politis. Border Coin you can put on Conquer Lilius, but it gives you attack and speed increase. So your Conquer Lilius getting attack increase doesn't really matter. A lot of it's just dumb. Sort of the Autumn Eclipse can be used for PvE. It's actually not bad to put on one of your PvE characters. It gives all your team extra attack and hit chance. Not terrible, actually. If you pull it, you can maybe cook up something with it. So I'll put it here. I'll put it at the top of here because this artifact I've actually used in PvE before making one-shot teams. Now, we have our limited artifacts. Guys, limited artifacts are everything in E7. There are so many of them. These artifacts define the meta. That's why anytime you see a limited artifact or a limited characters come with limited artifacts, that's usually you want to pull on those and get those characters because they will not be coming back for a year. So if you miss one of these, you're not going to see an opportunity to get it again for an entire year. And some of them are meta defining. There are a couple of these artifacts that are so broken, it is annoying. Rocket Punch for a long time was insanely strong. Then we have artifacts like, hold on, where is it? Guardian Ice Crystals. This artifact here, absolutely crazy. 3F, absolutely crazy. Other than that, I wouldn't say Sweet Miracle is another one that's really, really strong. It's a Laya's artifact. But a lot of these artifacts are really good and they'll define the meta for a while. So yeah, Laya's Hardy is specifically good. Star of the Deep Sea, this is best in slot on a lot of characters. Not a lot, but a couple characters. So these artifacts are just great. Next up, we have our guild artifacts. So you get a bunch of artifacts for free just from playing Epic 7. So this is a side story artifact, Chatty. Really good on a couple of characters. Aiden's artifact you get for free for beating Chapter 4. It's a really good artifact. If you don't have any other options, fantastic. Then we have the artifact Symbol of Unity, great. Bastion of Hope, this gives effect res. It's great, it's free. Then we have Magic's for Friends. It's best in slot artifact for Mercedes. You get it for free. Next up, we have Victorious Flag. It's actually pretty strong right now for a couple of characters. I wouldn't say it's best in slot really for some, but it's additional option. So it gives advantage or gives some extra stats and survivability to red, green, and blue units. Warhorn is just overall really good. It's another guild artifact. Sword of Azera's for a PvE. I don't know the rest. Seal Capture, I don't know where that comes from. It's some kind of side story, but it's really good on Bihu. But a lot of the game gives you a lot of stuff for free that is usable, like pretty usable. Why isn't Seal Capture an event already? Seal Capture, yeah. Guild and free obtainable artifacts. Where do I put it? I guess is it limited? Because it's not like a character limited thing, is it? It's Knockwalls, but it's not Knockwalls. It's in Knockwall's side story. So that'd be the same as Chatty. It's in a side story. All right, guild and free obtainable artifacts. I'm putting it there. I'm not putting it limited. Now, we are to the point. That's a tier list. So let me go through. I will scroll through again. Actually, I can zoom in a little bit. So here's a bigger view of all the artifacts. The way you have pictures, you have names, you know what things look like. I learned. I will take you guys' advice. Just please be nice. Give constructive advice. Don't attack me. I know that's a hard part for people sitting behind a screen, but try to give constructive advice. If the more constructive you get, I will actually take into consideration versus if you're just attacking me, I'm just going to ignore whatever you said, because if you have the brain capacity to immediately go into insulting somebody instead of giving your own opinion in a respectful manner, probably don't care about your opinion anyway, because I don't think you have the capacity to think that far. Everyone quick attack him. It's fine. It's just I read some stupid comments this morning. All right, next up we have don't really use. These are all the don't really use artifacts, and we have our limited artifacts. If you were curious on any of these, you can see them in the limited here. And then we're going to have our guild and free attainable artifacts. So this will tell you where to get those different things. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little thing, bonus for the video for any of you that are newer players. I'm going to show you all the characters, or all the artifacts you need to watch for. So I'm going to go artifacts you can sell and artifacts that you want to watch out for and keep. And these are 4-star artifacts you're going to get for summoning. Okay. Now, to begin with those artifacts you can sell, I would personally save. How should I do this? I would personally save one of every ML4 or every 4-star artifact. So keep one of, okay, here we go. Keep one of every 4-star artifact, but if the artifact is in the artifacts you can sell tab, you can sell additional ones after you have your first one maxed out. Okay. If you ever find a use for using a secondary one of these, go ahead and you can start saving them again. But once you get the first artifacts, keep one of them and sell the extras you get. Now, the general artifacts to watch for, these are ones you want multiple copies of. So once you lock, just keep all the copies of the ones you get and max all of these out. These are the most important ones. The artifacts you can sell. Still keep one of the 4 stars. Otherwise, sell the rest. Okay, next we have Eternus. Elsfist. This might be confusing to people, actually. I don't know about adding this into the video. Wait, so hold on. Keep one and sell extras. That's how we're going to have to do it. My artist tome. All right, let's make sure I don't miss any. These are going to be all the 4-star and 3-star summonable artifacts. I really wish they sorted these differently. Zargana, Sepulchrum, Sashes, Silver Rain, Siren, Strack. Tag Hells goes up here. Tag Hell goes to the top because you need most Tag Hells. Steadfast, you don't need multiple of. War's Origin. You don't need more than one War's Origin anymore, do you? You don't need more than one Potion Vial. It's good, though. Do you need more than one Potion Vials? Miss Kaladra, did I? Dude, this is hard. Yep. Wait, no, Kaladra. Okay, I didn't miss anything else, right? I think I got it all. Shepherd, Santa, Super Warrior, Soaker, Chariot, Sylvia the Moon. I didn't miss anything else, right? There's no other things to take out of this. Hey, Vinnyson, thank you for subbing. How you doing? Extra potion vial thing is a thing, definitely. You do want more than one potion vial, so one for PV, one for PvP if you use it on DDR. We'll put potion vial up there. You can keep multiple. It's a good artifact. I agree. All right, in terms of the other 4-stars, though, do you need multiple of any of these? I don't think you do. I mean, not at the beginning. You guys aren't. By the time you need it, you can just start saving it again and pull more of them. I think that's fair. Okay, so now we're gonna have can sell immediately, and I guarantee I'm gonna put a 3-star artifact on here that someone's cooked with at one time, and they're gonna get mad about and say, "This is a fine artifact. You should save one of these." Guarantee it. Guarantee that's gonna happen. But here we go. Even Prophetic Candlestick, we're not saving one. I feel like if you need one later, you can get it later. Exorcist Tonfa. Guys, we're going to save one Exorcist Tonfa. Every account should save one Exorcist Tonfa. And then maybe one Ega Delusion. Or Envoy. Either Ega Delusion or Envoys. I'm going to put these at the top. I'm going to say a quick thing on them, and that's it. Sword of the Morning. I don't know what that is. What's Sword of the Morning? Most of the 3-star artifacts in Epic 7 are not very good. Where's Envoy's Pipe? Oh, there it is. Because these are damage mitigation artifacts that you can take for your Wyvern front tank if you don't get anything else. So you could save one of these and use it on your Wyvern 13 front tank for first time clearing. And all of these are like bonus artifacts you get from random stuff that I'm not going to switch over. All right, how does this look? Is this good? You guys agree? General artifacts to watch for, save multiple copies of. Basically save all the ones you get of these. Do we use Wukong for story climbing? You can. Wukong's really strong. Edit the keep one tier to keep one max, otherwise it should be misinterpreted. Keep one and sell the extras. I don't know if I want new players to max these at the beginning. I'll be honest, I don't know if I want you to max them right away. If you're feeding into max them right away, you're missing out on powder that you could use for buying other artifacts. Because why? I mean, that's a lot of powder. Imagine maxing all of these artifacts. That's like buying a whole 5-star limited arty for players. So why? I don't really want people to max these if they don't have a use for them. You get 4 stars forever. Like if you find that you need one of these, you can start maxing it. I think that's the best mindset to have, because I'd rather you be able to make sure you can get an extra limited arty down the road, or a better artifact that you need. Maybe buy a potion to use on a 5-star artifact to make it better, versus trying to figure out something with one of these. So I'll just say, all right, here we go. So now we have our general artifacts to watch for. These are going to be Taga Hells. You need as many of these as you can get. You want at least probably 3 different Aureuses, and you want to max them out and feed all the copies into them. Then you're going to want Adamant Shields. You want probably 2 to 3 of those as well. Next up, Moonlight Dreamblade. You want usually 2 Moonlight Dreamblades, if not 3. As a new player, you won't have the 5-star artifact options a lot of the time. So having at least 2 Moonlight Dreamblades is important. 3 is... you're probably going to be fine if you have 3. Next up, Wondrous Potion Vial. You probably only need 2 max Wondrous Potion Vials. I would say that, which should cover everything. And then Daydream Joker. You need, if you want to be efficient, just 3 Daydream Jokers and move them around depending on what you're farming. So 3 max Daydream Jokers, very important artifact. This is used for all PvE. Next up, we have keep 1 and sell the extras. Exorcist Tonfa. Keep 1 Exorcist Tonfa, max it out, and you can sell the rest from there. So keep 1 Exorcist Tonfa. When I say max them out, I don't mean level them up. I mean feed. If you pull 5 Exorcist Tonfa, lock 1, feed the other 4 into it, and then you'll need to feed a 5th one to it later. But do not max them and level. It's very... don't over level your artifacts as a new player. It's a big piece of advice. Level them up just the bare minimum that you need at the time until you know what you're doing. Artifact charms are very hard to get. They are one of the in-game gatekeeping things in Epic 7. So be careful with the artifacts. Don't just over level them. Daydream Jokers, new players, I don't have you guys level your Daydream Jokers past level 24 generally. And you just need your first one level 24 at first. Leave the other 2 at level 15. And then if you need a little bit more damage on Wyvern, that's when you go in and upgrade your Daydream Jokers more. And then eventually you'll level them up and you'll stabilize your account, but you don't want to overuse artifact charms at the beginning of the game to upgrade things past level 15 usually. So now we're going to be going into the can sell immediately. Guys, every other 3-star artifact that isn't Daydream Joker and Exorcist Tonfa, you can sell. They're all not great. You're going to get 4-star artifacts you could just use. The only exception is maybe keep 1 Egg of Delusion or 1 Envoy's Pipe to put on your Wyvern front tank for the beginning of it. So if you're using Angelica at the beginning of the game as your Wyvern front tank while we're waiting to get Brieg, because we'll have to clear missions to get Brieg, you can put one of these 2 on it and it will be solid. Also Candlestick. I mean, Prophetic Candlestick is okay too. You could save 1 Candlestick. Okay, I don't think there's a reason to save 1 Candlestick outside. Kind of getting some hell raid. Okay, Candlestick's going up. That is true. All right, so Candlestick and Exorcist Tonfa. So again, save 1 Exorcist Tonfa and 1 Candlestick. And Candlestick could be used for what I'm telling you right now with the Wyvern front tank, or you could save 1 Egg of Delusion or 1 Envoy's Pipe. And that will help keep your Wyvern front tank alive. You shouldn't need it. It's not a big deal. If you sell these, you're probably going to be, you are going to be fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So that is the tier list. Again, I will do one quick last overview. So we have our 5-star artifact tier list. These are the top artifacts that either completely change a character and make them insanely strong, versus if you use the character without them, they wouldn't be nearly the same character, or they're just generally good in PvE. That's these artifacts. The end are the PvE artifacts, and these are the PvP artifacts. And Celestine can be used in PvE as well. Next up, we have our A tier. All these are just good artifacts. Some of them are PvE, some are in PvP. Bloodstone PvE, Alexis Basket could be used in both. RNL, PvP, Bastion Pelusia, that's PvP. Golden Rose could be used in both. So these are just good artifacts. You'll have to learn what is good on the characters. I can't sit here and tell you every single character these can be used on, because the video would be like 7 hours long. Okay, it's just something you're going to have to ask questions. I have a Discord you can go to. In the Epic 7 Discord, or in my Discord, you can ask people. I mean, you go to the official Discord. I like my Discord better because it's mine. But either one, the official Epic 7 Discord can help you, or my Discord can help you tell you what artifacts that you should get for your characters. So that is the biggest thing. With the artifact selector tier list, you want to grab artifacts that you can utilize on the characters you are going to be using. Right? So go and find out the characters you take, what they should be on. Now we have our good artifacts. These are all ones that are okay. Some of them are best in slot on some of the off characters, but you're most likely not going to pick these from your selectors. Okay. They're all usable artifacts. They're okay. Not broken crazy, but some of them are best in slot. Like Spears, New Dawn, Best in Slot on Senya. Next up, don't really have a use. All these artifacts, some of them have a use case, but Sword of Autumn Eclipse has maybe a PvE use case. It helps you, it gives extra attack to your team. It's not bad. I did personally use it a little bit. So this could maybe be bumped up, but the rest of them, some people might have a use for these, but the general player, I don't see you utilizing these in any capacity. So I'm not saying they're terrible artifacts. I just don't see a value to them if you're getting into the game and don't have certain things. And even if you have certain things, they probably still have something else better. Next up, we have our limited arties. These don't matter. Okay, you won't have them. These are really good. Limited artifacts are what control the game. Again, next up, we have our guild and free obtainable artifacts. These are just stuff you're going to get for playing the game. Being in a guild is super important. Some of these artifacts are insanely strong. You do want to try to start working toward getting them at the beginning. That will be a part of my guide series. Next up, general artifacts to watch for. This is just 4-star artifacts. These are outside of the tier list, or it's outside of the 5-star selector. These are 4-star and 3-star artifacts. These are the main artifacts to watch for on a new account. These are the artifacts that after you get one copy of it, you can sell the rest. Keep your inventory cleaned up. And these are artifacts you can just sell right away as a player playing the game. Okay? That is the artifact tier list. Hopefully this helped you. Again, if you guys have advice on different things and it's constructive and not just a personal attack, comment them. I will take it into consideration. As you see, I put names and things. I'm trying to make the videos better. Whatever you can think of that would help you, let me know. I will do my best to try to accomplish that. It's been Mr. Deity. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.